Yes, so live on Prime Morning is the biggest breakfast on television. My name is Daniel. Many thanks for staying with us. Before we go beyond the headlines this morning, there's very important education that you need today, especially if you are a professional and you want to improve upon yourself. There are great opportunities available for you, and we want to bring that to you now. Rafiq Mahama is Managing Director for Continuous Education Services. Good morning, Rafiq.
Hello, good morning.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you this morning.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
Tell us all about CES. What do you do?
Well, CES is an online education platform, and what we do is basically, I need you to see us like a virtual learning center, almost like an auditorium where people come and host courses. So all the learning you would have done if you had gone to a center, you don't need to physically present yourself there, but you do it with us. Now, I see that some people like to confuse it with these Zoom meetings that have come up and webinars. You could sort of juxtapose it, but there's a big difference. With ours, it's not live. We don't tend to hold live courses. We hold pre-recorded courses. So
they've already been curated.
Fantastic. So they are highly skilled people who come on, then we do post-productions and then put them there. And then you access the courses at your convenience. So you don't need to wait for a particular day or time. You access it at your convenience when you are free. At the time you can set time aside on any device. As long as you have some internet connection, you should be able to access it.
So these courses are the CPDs?
These courses are the CPDs, yes. Yes.
And so how important are CPDs, especially for health professionals in these times of COVID?
Okay, so the thing is that CPDs in themselves, it's an abbreviation, Continuous Professional Development, CPD. In medical circles, we tend to call them continuous medical education or continuous education in other circles. Now, CPDs generally are things that you would do after you have finished school. So if you were in school and you did all your academic learning within the four walls of the classroom and then your laboratory work, research has shown that after 5 years of graduating, you should have started losing some skills. So in order to bridge your knowledge gaps and skills gaps, you need these little courses to prove to yourself and the people you are caring for, and then the government regulatory authorities that you are on top of your game. You don't want the situation where a health practitioner who is ill-informed about current practices is using old practices on you. So if you
that would be very scary if you go to a hospital and we're told that.
Now, it's always been difficult for healthcare workers to access such courses. So if you look at, I'm a pharmacist and I practice in Accra. My colleague pharmacists practice as far as Bunkrugu Yoyo, and we are all expected to know the same type of stuff.
That's challenging.
Exactly. So now, if a course to update our learning processes is going on in Accra, and the course takes just 15 to 20 or 30 minutes, the person traveling from Bunkrugu Yoyo or Boku, it's going to be inconvenient for them to travel all the way down a 16-hour journey just to attend that course. So it becomes a disincentive for accessing those courses. What we do is we put that course online, make it available to anyone who is registered and under the regulation of that particular regulatory body, whether it's the Medical and Dental Council, the Pharmacy Council, the Allied Health Council, the Nursing and Midwifery Council, etc.
Well, I think these are some great opportunities. Are they limited to only health professionals?
Well, almost all professionals are supposed to be doing CPDs. However, for some reason, the people at the top decided in 2013 to meet and draft these regulations and came up with a law, which is the Health Professions Regulatory Bodies Act. And this act, it compels the health worker to now actually take these CPDs seriously, and they are mandated to do those CPDs in order to be able to renew their licenses as the years go by. So it's no longer an option. It used to be an option. Now you are compelled to do it, and failing to do so carries some punitive measures.
You know, one thing I've observed since this whole COVID thing broke, it's that we have had an opportunity to break the boundaries of the activities like that we do. So education is not a location, it's an activity. You can do it anywhere.
Indeed.
And I see that line in what you do with these CPDs, these online CPDs.
Absolutely.
But speaking of COVID, by the way, I understand you have some free COVID-19 healthcare courses.
Yes. Actually, we have some courses. What we did was, in order to support healthcare workers, because we focus on healthcare workers, in order to support them during these COVID times, we have collaborated with various institutions, companies, and organizations to bring on board CPDs that are relevant to these health professionals. Now, we've had CPDs on finance and finance management.
Okay.
We've had CPDs on from pharmaceutical companies on diabetes management, and there's even one about to roll out on diabetes management in COVID-19. So managing diabetes is one thing. Now the myriad of challenges that come with COVID-19 complicates the case further. Yeah. So we need updated information on that. We'll be rolling out a free CPD this week for that. And then it's important to mention that there's a big CPD going on, which we are doing in collaboration with the ALERT group. That's the African Coalition for Epidemic Response and Research and Training. They are based in KCCR, which is a very popular institution in Kumasi, and then
Premier Testing Center.
Absolutely. So they along with their partners have organized a survey. Okay. And the survey is meant to gather information from healthcare workers who are involved with COVID-19. So basically they want to understand the perceptions and preparedness of healthcare workers within our locality about the infection prevention control procedures that we have. And results from these surveys would inform authorities on how we should create our policies and how we are going to move forward.
So it's also like a data-driven design.
Absolutely.
Sort of way.
So it's important that every health worker in the country accesses this course and then gives their opinion in this survey. They should respond to this survey so that we generate enough data to be able to understand, so that the data is reflective of what is actually happening.
You know, when you go elsewhere, it's data like this that is even used to procure drugs into the country. If you know that more people are getting malaria or more people are getting polio, you know how to balance things out in your medical inventory. So I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
That is going on. But I'm sure there are some challenges that you'd face.
Oh, yes. The challenges began long ago, years back, when we wanted to put all these together. So one of the biggest ones is we found that most people completely disregarded online education, and most people felt online, in fact even today, if you have an online MBA, it's generally regarded as more irrelevant than someone who did a classroom MBA. Okay. But then let's not forget, we've just finished a period where university students have actually finished their entire semester work, accepted. And some of them will be graduating with online learning. Let's not also forget that in this short period, almost all universities have moved their lectures and tutorial sessions online. True. And indeed, individuals who were living abroad are now being asked, well, if you are going to do an online program, there's absolutely no need for you to be here anymore. This is what we have been trying to do way before COVID-19 came. Okay. And indeed, this has actually brought online education into the limelight, and people are no longer trivializing it, because online education allows the person to be more accountable for their learning, because you tend to do assessments which can be independently assessed, and then you are able to actually interact with your instructor over a long period of time. Then the instructors are now also put on the spot to respond to questions that may be too challenging.
They can give you well-researched answers.
Exactly. So they have time to look at the questions, conduct research on the questions, and then give tentative and reflective answers that are more satisfying to the situation.
You know, the part I love about this whole online living that COVID has brought is that you can fit it around everything. So I have been for classes whilst I'm at my desk in the office, you know, typing away at a story, but I'm listening to my lecture. I can still be engaged. I don't need to drive all the way across town, like you said.
Absolutely.
Sit in traffic before you can take part in any activity. So I think it's a great idea, really, that we are rolling these things out. But what does the future hold? I mean, what's the next big thing for CES and CPDs in general?
Well, number one, I see that people are beginning to see that there's a lot of knowledge out there. So it's no longer about, truth be told, most health professionals have always wanted to go do CPDs to acquire credit points, or what we call CPD points. Now the points for each of the regulatory authorities, they have a number of points you need to accrue over the year to be able to re-register and not face any punitive measures. Over the years, generally, most people would pursue CPDs just for the points. Now that knowledge is so much around, individuals have even accrued all the points they need for the year, and they are still participating in courses. And this is great going forward. And this is what we have been advocating, that CPDs and these sort of small courses should be readily available to allow people to be impacted.
Okay.
This is good for the health professional, it's good for the community, it's good for the regulator, and indeed good for the patient that we look after.
Rafiq Mahama, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. He's the Managing Director for Continuous Education Services. Like I said, it's very important if you're getting ready to get to the office or you're at home for the day and you really want to add on to yourself. If you're still at home, you're a student, you're a worker, because of COVID-19 and the restrictions, this is an opportunity. Is there an online portal that they can access?
Yeah, so I'm sure a lot of health professionals watching now would want to know how to participate. So our online portal is www.ces.edu, as in education.gh. So that's ces.edu.gh. Now to access the online CPD that's currently ongoing with the research, you go and fill a survey, and you'll be sent a voucher code. So you use the voucher code to access the course for free. So that's what it is.
Rafiq,
yes.
Have a great day.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, you're still live on Prime Morning with me, Daniel Dadzie. Up next, we go beyond the headlines with the General Secretary, the newly elected General Secretary of the Convention People's Party, Nanaya Jantua. Yes, the same Nanaya Jantua, you know. She's joining us as General Secretary of the Convention People's Party. It's going to be an electrifying morning. You'll enjoy every minute. Stay with us.
Yeah.